Hi, this is a project demonstration video of this full stack application, uh, loan origination and approval system. So in this app, we have basically two kinds of users, customers and loan officers. So customers basically can apply for loans, and loan officers they can either reject or approve the loan based on some conditions. Okay, so let us see how this app works now. So I can uh, I can basically register a user using this register form, and basically I can specify what kind of user I want to create. If I want to create customer, I have the option to create it, and if I want to create a loan officer, that also I can create. So I already created a customer and a loan officer. So uh, so let us see how. Let us log in the customer and see how he can apply for loans on his dashboard. So if I log in using this customer mail and his password, so this form opens, and using this form we can basically apply for loans. So these are basically previous loans that I created. So I can now create a new loan, apply for a new loan. So suppose the amount is $20,000 and the tenure, let us say 12. Then we need to give the annual income, let's say 80,000, and we need to give the credit score, so let us say 600. Then so this is the data that will be used to determine if the loan will be approved or not. So now we submit the application, and okay, so I need to refresh the page, then it will appear. Okay, so on the top I have this this new loan that I just created. So current status is pending, and also interest rate is pending. This will appear when the loan will be approved. So this is all the functionality that for the customer. So let's log out now. Now we can log in for the officer. So if I log in using the officer mail ID, I see this officer dashboard, and here we have these 4 pending loans which we can either approve or reject. So this is the eligibility score. So we can either approve or reject it seeing this score. So let us say this is the recent one that I just created. So let us say I approve this loan, then it is removed from this pending loans, and then if I log out and then log in again using the customer mail, I can see that on the top I can see the status is changed to approved, and also we have the interest rate. So the applied loan is approved with the interest rate of 15%. So this is all the functionality of this application. Now let's move on to the code of this application. So in the root directory, I have these separate folders for backend and front end. In the front end, I have this complete React application where I have all these configuration files and node modules and everything. And inside the source folder, I have all the source code of this application. So basically, I have all these components: apply loan, loader, navbar, review loans, and track status. So yeah, we are using them in basically all the pages that we have created. So we have these 4 pages basically: login page, register page, and dashboard page for officer and customers. And also we have this context. I'm using context uh, for the authentication. So this in this auth context, we run this use effect. So if a user is already logged in, then we can uh, get it from the local storage and set the value of the user. uh, so then based on that information, we either render the login page, or we can just directly render the customer dashboard or the officer dashboard. And also we have these login and logout functions in this auth context, which we use to set the value of the user in local context or delete it when user logs out, and also setting the value or deleting the value of this user context. And in the services, I have this api.js, which we use to make API calls to the backend, and we also add this interceptor to every request that we make to set the value of this authorization header. And in the app.jsx, I have defined this complete routing logic for the complete application. And I also have created these routes, particular routes components, each for customer and officer. So certain routes are accessible to customers only, and certain routes are accessible to only officers. So that's why we can protect those routes accordingly. So these I have used finally in this app.jsx that we can see. Customer routes, like dashboard customer, is only available if the user is a customer, and the dashboard officer is only accessible when the user is a officer. Yeah, so that's all about this front end part of the application. Now let's move on to the back end part of the application. So in the back end, I have this main index.js file where I have created this app using the Express, and then we listen to the server on a specific port, right? And all the routes and course and all these middlewares are defined here. We also define these routes and middlewares and everything, and we also connect to the database in this index.js. And so in this backend folder, I have this configuration file first of all, which is to connect to the database. And then we have all the controllers. I have this auth controller, loan controller, and officer controller. So auth controller is for authentication, to register the user and log in the user. I have all the logic is written in this function for authentication. And these are the loan controllers. So these are used to apply for loan or to get the loan status. And finally, I have this officer controller, which is used to get a list of pending loans and calculate interest rate and review the loan, basically, like to approve it or reject it. This is used for that. And then I have defined this authentication middleware to verify, to basically verify the token that is coming with the request. And also we have these two, is officer and is customer middlewares to verify, to check basically that the user is either officer or a customer, because certain APIs are available only for customer and some of them are only available for officer, so that's why we need them. So in the models I have defined all these MongoDB models, uh, similar to as given in the PDF. So yeah, I have all these customer, loan application, loan officer and user models. And in the routes I have all these routes for authentication, loan and officer. In the services I have this basically logic to evaluate the eligibility for the loan. So first of all we normalize the value of income and credit score using this normalize function. So I have taken this minimum income 20,000 and maximum 500,000, and similarly minimum score and maximum score for credit score basically. So using these we can basically normalize the value of the income and credit score of a customer. So if the value is less than minimum, then the normalized value will be 0. If it is greater than maximum, the value is 1. And for the value in between, we can calculate it using this formula. So we basically divide value minus minimum by this range, max minus minimum. So this gives us a value between 0 to 1, and then finally we can use this formula to create the score, which is just multiplying 0.6 by normalized credit score and then 0.4 by normalized income. So based on that we basically create the eligibility score. And yeah, so that's pretty much about it. These are all the functionalities of the application. Thank you.